All right, a little bit of rock and roll there for you. You know it. Into the black. Into the black. All right, baby. All right, baby. What are we doing today? What do I die? It's Thursday in Idaho. And, Thursday in Idaho. And welcome, everybody. Dame Celestine, Queen of the Stars. White Rabbit, Queen of the Rabbit. No. Queen of, what am I thinking of? Queen of Wonderland. How's that? Queen of the Wonderland. Right. We got Merlin CB from Philly. That's right. Catching the Kohlberger. That is right. That is on to that. Hey, that is, thank you. That is on tonight. I think that's on, what is that on? Discovery, or is it on Discovery? Something like that. Discovery, I think. Something like that. Good morning, Ellie. Welcome back, love. Missed you. Welcome, Ellie. Where's your counterpart in crime? Where is she? Welcome, Dame Athos, Queen of the Mountain Garden. Welcome, Ashley Brogdon, and Beef Supreme, making me hungry again. Making me hungry. Oh, my God. ID Discovery. That's right. So, get your little, get your special fire stick ready. You know what I'm talking about. Get your special fire stick ready. Oh, baby. Special fire stick. All right, get your special fire stick ready. There you go. Somehow I missed this interview. I don't know. I think I missed this interview completely. Mason fucking Barstow. How did I miss this? How did I miss this interview? Did I miss this interview? I think I missed this interview. I think I did. Did I? Oh my God, I think we missed that one. Mason Barstow. There's also Mason Bangaman. He's the cocaine head, right? Yeah, remember Mason Bangaman, Mason Barstow, Jack Decor, Jack Showalter, Jake. Double names everywhere. Kaylee. Mason Jar. That's right, Mason Jar. Welcome, my nature. That's right. I am Slobodan Milosevic, Brittany Fernandez. That's right. Might run for president. I'd probably win. No, I'm kidding. No. Who would want to run for fucking president? I would not want to run for president. Are you kidding me? Look at what it's turned into. Never mind. We can make a lot of money, though. We can make a lot of money. Let's think about it. All right. Billions and billions. All right, baby. Ashley Brogdon. They're trying to pull me out, Master Nature. They're trying to pull me out. Oh my God. All right. Enough. They want me. They don't want you. They want me. All right. Welcome, Dame Sophia, Queen of Wisdom. Marilyn from Philly is in the house. Again, thank you. Hey, welcome, Marilyn. I was going to do something else. I don't think I did Mason. I don't think we did Mason because it's not on the usual channels that I look at. Bronx Tales True Crime. That's probably one of the reasons why I'm totally missed this interview. So, yeah, that's where it's coming from. Bronx Tales True Crime. There it is. I don't think we did this one, did we? Did we do this one, guys? I don't think we did. And then I was going through some old. Some of the old, just a couple of the ISP documents again. Supplement 17. 17 was McKentry's McKentry or whatever. That was her interview from yesterday. That's supplement 17. If anybody wants to look at that again. 17. So I was looking through some of that stuff again because it's a long time since I looked at that stuff. 17, and then I was looking back at the coal. I was looking. What was I looking at? Supplement 17, and then I was like, did we never got an interview with Cole Barenberg yet? Did we? And I was thinking, wait a minute. So I was trying to look up this stuff. I was like, did we ever get an interview with Cole Barenberg yet? And I'm like, no, I thought we did. But then I was like trying to find like interview of Cole Barenberg. I'm like, I don't think we ever got an interview with Cole Barenberg yet. What the fuck? So there's so many names. It gets very confusing. Very confusing fast. Cole fucking Barenberg. Welcome, Kiss Me Where I Be. Oh my God. Oh my God. He is with the feds? Is that why we didn't get him? I don't know. He was interviewed by the Idaho State Police. So we should have him. Yeah. I'm like, wait, no Cole Barenberg yet? He's some of the DNA that we found at the house. Right? I think. And then I was thinking, wait a minute. Didn't we find his DNA at the house? And didn't we find Jose Cruz's DNA at the house? Didn't we? I thought we did. Then I'm starting to like, wait a minute. Didn't we find Cole's DNA at the house? And didn't we find Jose Cruz's DNA at the house? Am I wrong about that? How would... I don't know now. Yes, Cole Barenberg, his DNA was found at the house, right? Jose Cruz, his name is at the house. Remember cigarette butts? Remember all that shit from the forensics? People seem to forget that stuff, and I forget that stuff. But am I wrong? I could be am I misinterpreting something, I guess, is that the question? Just correct me if I'm wrong. And they were cleared. Okay. All right. Bye-bye. 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 They were cleared somehow, even though their DNA was there. Funny how that works. And you know what's also funny then? If that's true, I think I'm right about that. I don't think I'm wrong about that, am I? They found them there somehow. Whether it was from DNA, fingerprints, something, right? Just correct me if I'm wrong, guys. So, the question then becomes, how did they clear them? Okay. Remember, Brian Kohlberger's DNA is supposed to be at the house too. He wasn't cleared. Right? So how did they clear Jose Cruz? And how did they clear Cole Barenberg? How did they clear them? I don't know. Did they search their apartments for evidence? And did they search their phone records for evidence? And did they search their cars for evidence? Moscow Police Department, did you search any of these people's shit? Did you search their cars and their apartments or wherever the fuck they lived? Do you even know where Jose Cruz is? I don't know. Good questions though, right, guys? Right? Just, hey, let's follow along here. If we're getting other people's names that were at the crime scene, how did you clear them? Show me how you cleared them. Tell me how you cleared them. You didn't clear Brian Kohlberger. You didn't find any other evidence, no other evidence that Mr. Kohlberger was there, but you arrested him and you charged him with the fucking crime. Why not Cole Barenberg? Why not Jose Cruz? Why not them two? Cole lived in the area. Jose Cruz probably wasn't that far away either. I don't know. Just hey, chime in whenever you want, guys. Chime in whenever you want. So, people in denial, like people on Reddit, explain to me how Moscow Police Department cleared Cole Barenberg as a suspect in the murders and how they cleared Jose Cruz in the murders. How did they clear them? Did they search their apartments? Did they search their cars? Did they have an alibi? Remember, Brian Kohlberger doesn't have an alibi either. Does Jose Cruz have an alibi? I don't know. Does Cole Barenberg have an alibi? I don't know. Tell me, Bill Thompson in your Evil Santa, tell me how your police department cleared these people. Sure. Anyway, let's get back to the farce. The farce. I was going to do another video, but whatever. I was going to do a different video, but I figured we should do Mason because I don't think I did him before. But I was going to do something from your favorite, JLR, your favorite. But then I watched the first 30 seconds of the video, and I'm like, I can't fucking show this on my channel, can I? Can I show this on my channel? I'm like, it's probably and I'm like, I already know the content is compelling, but the first 30 seconds of it, I'm like, no, this doesn't make any fucking sense. And so I'm like, I really went back and forth with that. I'm like, do I show it? Do I not show it? Do I show it? And you guys may have seen it before. You probably have, some of you, right? But it's a video about this reporter who supposedly went around secretly recording people, asking them about the murders with a recorder in his pocket that he allegedly bought from the Staples. And then when he was done recording people, I guess he just threw the recorder away in a dumpster. And that's how it eventually became, got into the possession of JLR Investigates. And I'm like, why would he throw away his fucking recordings? It doesn't work. So I was like, no, I'm not showing this fucking shit. I don't know where this is coming from. I don't know who is doing this. It could be one of his fucking friends going around and talking to other friends I have no idea about. It's fucking ridiculous. So I didn't show it. I'm not going to show it. Stupid bullshit like that. It's almost as bad as the fucking operaman. The opera singer. It's almost as fucking stupid as bad as that shit. Oh yeah, a fucking reporter goes and buys a recorder at the Staples. He goes around for what? An hour, hours, whatever, recording people and what their thoughts are on the murders. And then after he's done, he just tosses the recorder away in a fucking dumpster. Does that make any sense? No, at all. No, I ain't gonna show that garbage. Fucking stupid. It makes no sense. Why would you even bother doing it then? What a waste of fucking time and energy. To just go around recording of people, their thoughts about the murders, and then when you're done, you just toss the recorder away as if you never fucking did it. It's stupid. It doesn't make any sense. And no, it's nonsense. I don't know who's doing what. I don't know who these people are. I could be just going around and talking to my friends, and you'd have no idea who or what is going on. Fucking bullshit. It's fucking bullshit. But once again, you got a channel that has tons of subscribers, and a sucker's born every minute. A sucker is born every fucking minute. Anyway, welcome, satire. Always good to see you, my love. No satire, no absurdity. So yeah, I scrapped that, and I'm like, wait a minute. But I remember Mason Barstow. I don't think we did that. Oops. Then I thought about Cole Barenberg. Then I thought about him getting, I think it's him, getting kicked out of the corner club. I think that's him. Getting kicked out of the corner club because he's grabbing women. Remember, we saw that last night. That's where it came from. But I'm pretty sure that's Cole Barenberg. Pretty sure. You know, his DNA, and I do believe his DNA was found at the crime scene. Correct? Anyway, we'll get Cole eventually, I hope. Richard Bittanti. Hopefully we get Holy Grail number 2 one of these days. And, of course, everybody is hoping to get Brian Koberger's interview. They're all hoping. They're all dreaming. EWU, I hope you're successful. And I think it's not only the interview, but also phone data, I believe. Also some phone data in there, too. I think people are going to be very disappointed with the interview. But anyway. Come on. Whenever Brett Payne is involved in something in this case, it's either going to be hilariously bad, comical, or really disappointing. So, and completely messed up. So, anyway, there you are. He is my favorite. Out of all the cast of characters in the police here, he's definitely at the top of my list as far as one of my favorites. Bulbous Creation, as we know. His name is Bulbous Creation. Okay. He is the younger version of the older Bulbous Creation. I forget his name. I can't think of his name. Chief Fry. All right. Chief Fry. Welcome, Carla BF, 3C, 3CPO. Creamy Roll, welcome, Creamy Roll, of course. Well, always good to see you, love. We're not blocking any people that are new, that come into the chat and who are being respectful and not trollish. We're not fucking blocking them, are we? People? Including people who are watching this stream hidden. Don't be fucking blocking people in my fucking stream that aren't doing anything. You fucking idiots. And if it fucking happens again, then I'm going to have to take fucking, again, I have to fucking say this. I think I said this before. Don't be blocking fucking new people coming into my fucking chat when they're not doing anything wrong. Fucking, and you fucking better listen this time. Because I don't want to repeat myself again. Does everybody understand that point? I don't know if you have fucking mental health issues, but if you do, fucking get out. I don't need it. And my garden doesn't need it. So stop pulling this bullshit. I'm serious. What are you fucking trying to do? Welcome, Tilly. Except sabotage. So don't fucking pull it anymore. I know who some of my moderators are, okay? So, don't fucking do it. Because you have some sort of fucking weird-ass bug up your ass, right? I don't know. But it ain't my fucking problem. I know that. And it's not my garden's problem. I know that too. So don't fucking do it anymore. And this is the last fucking warning. I've already given warnings about this, by the way. I've already warned people about this. So knock it off. Or I'll fucking cut all your heads off. I don't give a fuck. I really don't. So don't do it anymore. Anyway, let's get back to something positive. All right, quick break. we'll get on to Mason here. Mason. Oh, I can only imagine. This one's... How long is this? This one's very long, guys. This one's extremely long, and I don't think we're going to be able to cover this. This will be like a 6-hour fucking video. All right, so I think we're going to have to take this one in pieces. Yes, we do. Welcome, Dame Deb, Queen of the Bees. Welcome. Quick break. All right. See, that was quick. That was quick. I'm trying to make them quick. All right. All right. However, I wanted to... This is real quick. This is very quick. I want to do this first, okay? Because it's there, and because we don't hear this person very often. That's why I'm doing it, all right? We don't hear this person very often. They don't give many interviews at all. And it is one of the Goncalves family, unfortunately, right? We all know that. But I thought we should take a look at it. I really do. So here we go. Let's do this first.
A whole new trial, a whole new legal episode. And yesterday, Greg Rauch, a local attorney from Idaho, was tapped to represent the killer. Though if Koberger is expected to be seated in court anytime soon, he's got another thing coming because Rauch told Fox News Digital on Monday that he hasn't read the petition, the case file. He hasn't even spoken to Koberger yet, telling the outlet, I got to read the case file, I got to check out the police reports, I got to talk to him.
Jesse Weber.
This new lawyer isn't the only
we know who Jesse Weber is.
Headlines.
Creepo, but...
A Netflix docuseries called The Idaho Murders College Nightmare. It is topping the streaming charts. And now the doc...
Oh, wait. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. Wait a minute. You're right. Hang on. I'm sorry. Welcome, Terry Lynn.
Uses interviews from the...
Welcome, Terry Lynn. Always good to see you, love. I do have the best garden in the world, and it should stay that way. And I don't like moles in the garden. Moles ruin things in the garden, all right? And I don't need any moles in my garden. Huh, no. But anyway, I wanted to show you this real quick. This is just something that came into my... I wanted to look at this. You've already seen it before, but it's just popping in my head. So I have to blow it up. Okay, well, you've seen this before. So here is Dylan Mortensen, right? This is what's written on her arm. You see that? Right, we've seen this before. That's what supposedly that's writing on her arm. Just wanted to show that to you again. Supposedly that says Gideon. Her hands, I mean, I don't know. Some people think her knuckles are bruised and black and blue there. She takes the blanket right away, of course. She has no shoes on. Yeah, so let's just watch this little sequence. There you go. Real quick.
Who were involved, we found out there were roommates that were home at the time.
Oh, there he is, Dollar
and Bethany.
Oh, yeah.
We were able to advise a lot of information of who else were roommates in the home.
Yeah. Now, see, he's covered up. Can't see anything anymore.
Do you know how old she is? She's 20.
All right, enough of that. enough of this.
That lives here, his name was what? Or he's usually... Ethan. And, so Ethan, how old is Ethan?
I believe he just turned 20.
So enough of that. The fuck?
And then there's Maddie, Morgan, and Kaylee.
Oh, yeah. Maddie, Morgan.
Bethany.
Sure. Poor Kaylee. All right. Let's get on to Mason. Poor Kaylee. So here we go.
Monday. So I can start grinding things and whatnot.
I'm sorry, we're starting somewhere else. So he enters the police. He enters the Idaho State Police. Here we go. Sounds like Jack Decor. I just got up. I think it's Jack Decor. Alright. So glad to start in the middle of an interview. Good job, Idaho State Police.
You said you came in on, what day was that, man? It's been a long week, dude. Thursday?
Yeah, Thursday night.
Alright.
Here we
So
go.
on the phone, I'm Sergeant Hopkins with the State Police.
Oh, Sergeant okay.
This is Detective Brown.
Detective Brown and
We
Hawkins.
understand that you had already talked to the couple FBI agents, is that right?
Yeah, back in...
Yeah, that was a while ago, though, right?
Yeah, it was like during Thanksgiving break or like the week before that.
The week before?
Yeah.
Okay. And
Oh.
they kind of hit just,
Talk to the FBI.
like some basic info from you, right?
Yeah.
What do they want to talk to you about?
Talked about in that interview?
Oh my god. The FBI, huh?
Mostly just like relationship with the girls. Like they asked me about, mainly stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to just kind of rehash that for us real quick?
Yeah, let's
And
rehash
go
that.
through, kind of, if you remember what you talked about.
With the FBI.
Yeah, so I didn't really know Jason very well. But Xana Kernodle, she was my.
Okay.
What? What the hell? Oh, great. We're already redacting stuff. Oh, I love it. I love when we redact stuff in the first 3 minutes of an interview. I always love that. Oh, my God. Now I have no idea what they're discussing. Good job, Idaho State Police.
You're going to have to fill us in on the Greek life.
Yeah, of course.
We're not too familiar with it, but...
Of course not. None of you are.
Is there, like, traditionally a house that your little sisters come out of, or...
Yeah,
is it kind of all over?
so my big, again, it's just constantly, like passed down and stuff, so, like, my big told me, like...
Why is
it's,
he
like,
redacted?
We hang out with, like, a few different houses. Like, we hang
Why,
out with,
why
like,
is he redacted, guys? I don't know.
And then...
He's not charged with
so
a murder,
I
is he?
from each of those houses.
Oh, okay.
And so like when we do like fam nights and stuff, that's what we call them. They would come as part.
Oh, we're protecting his
like an
identity,
invite for me,
Master Nature.
and everyone else would invite their littles and stuff, and it would be like
You can't
just, like,
protect him when they go to a
and
trial.
Like, so, like, this year,
No.
my littles now have littles, and then their littles will have littles, and it's just like that's like who comes and stuff, and then I move on, and then.
Well, hopefully it's broadcast.
Gotcha.
So just like,
If there is a
passes around and stuff.
Okay.
Oh, God. I'm sorry. I'm tired of hearing about rehashes about Greek life.
Well, we're in a transitory period now, so kind of like the responsibilities are done, but
Okay.
I'm still like, I still have to like, do some stuff.
Okay. What's the transitory period?
So like we've had like our elections and stuff, so like I'm in a transition period.
Okay. That's all right.
But I'm just kind of like helping the new guy get up to like speed and stuff, like send him some of the documents he'll need, like kind of like planning some notes that I took on the position and stuff, and helping him run his first couple events. And
Gotcha.
Oh,
So,
wonderful.
even
Isn't
if
that
you're
nice?
transitioning out of that role, it sounds to me...
What are you the treasurer? What are you in the cult?
Still a pretty respected elder, if you
Xana was his little. Okay. Welcome, Mystique. Welcome, Mystique. Good to see you.
Yeah, like I got back Thursday, saw the house.
Yeah.
Was there, right?
I tell you, the humidity is really bad. Really bad humidity going on. I'll tell you what.
Friday was round up like all like the underclassmen.
Oh, wait a minute. Wasn't I supposed to show you Jesse Weber? Wait a minute. I'm so sorry, guys. I was supposed to show you this.
Those who knew Kaylee and Maddie and Ethan and Xana best. The Gonsalves family were one of those interviewed, and I was lucky enough to sit down with Kaylee Gonsalves' parents, Christy, Steve, and her younger sister, Aubrey, all earlier today. And
I gotta laugh. I'm sorry, guys. I don't mean to laugh.
This is one of the first times that we've heard from Aubrey.
Yes, it is.
If you often feel your blood pressure is on the higher side, we recommend eating 2 pieces a day.
Oh my God, sardines. All right, sardines. Fantastic.
Making it a regular part of your
Yeah, go eat some sardines. Go eat some sardines. Hang on. All right, let's listen to what Aubrey has to say for herself real quick. My sister looks like a corpse. All right. Can anybody help my sister out? All right. Thank you, Aubrey. That's not the interview we were expecting. I mean, she's really emaciated, guys. All right. Thank you. Welcome, Seattle Rain. Can anybody give her a sandwich out in Hollywood? All right. Never mind. All right. Well, it's Aubrey. Let's see what Aubrey has to say.
First of all, it is so nice
accompanied by her fucking parents. That's great.
The opportunity to speak over Zoom, but to meet you guys in person is really a privilege of mine.
Of course, she's with her parents.
So nice to meet you as well. I imagine this is all very different because this is like the first time that you actually had the opportunity to speak out. I want to give you a platform here. If you had a message to the nation, right? What do you want people to know?
Yeah, it is. It is exhausting. I agree, Missy.
I would say that I'm
very
not
much.
Worried. I know
keeps
that
me up too.
When the noise subsides, the conviction is going
it keeps
to
me
remain the
up.
same. The defendant's going to remain behind bars, and the truth will still stand. The defendant is a psychopathic narcissist who believes any attention is good attention. And I know that the only way to kill an ego like that is to starve it. And that is why I will never give him the attention he so desperately craves. And I pray that the public would start to do the same. He doesn't deserve a name, and he most certainly doesn't deserve a spot in people's brains. And I know that there's going to be people that are going to sit on their couches and come up with fictional stories that they have convinced themselves are real. And there's going to be people that think they've outsmarted police officers, FBI.
In this case,
FBI
probably.
And forensic analysts and everybody else that is
at least the
devoted
Moscow
countless
Police
hours
Department.
into
And the ISP.
investigating this case. And I know there's going to be people that are willing to exploit tragedy as long as the cost is paid by somebody else.
All right.
But most importantly, I know that I have
And thank God for the FBI, Bill Thompson, or you'd have no fucking case. Thank God for the FBI, because you'd have absolutely zero evidence of any kind to present to a jury. That would stick. But anyway, thank God for the FBI. Right. Othram Laboratories couldn't do it. No, they couldn't.
community that I could fall back on. And
Just
I'm
saying.
so incredibly blessed with my family, my friends here and my friends back at college. And I know that
She's
I
in
will
college,
never have to go a
guys.
day
Oh,
with
lovely. She in University of Idaho?
And I never feel alone because
No,
of
I
it.
think she's in
And
Texas.
I also would
Isn't this
just
one in
want to take
Texas?
the time to say thank you to all the people that have come out and offered condolences to my family and I, not even really knowing us, but just feeling our pain. You guys are like so appreciated, and your love is felt between all of us, and we couldn't appreciate the public more.
You guys are beloved. I mean, you really are. To see this, I've been covering this from the very beginning. To see the
Fantastic.
outpouring of support at all.
So
different
why are you
stages, and
here?
Particularly now, Steve. I mean, since the last time you and I spoke,
I don't know. Why are
he
you
got
on
a
this
lawyer.
show?
He got a lawyer to now go to this second stage to try to get the guilty plea withdrawn. What is your message to the legal system? What is your message
What's
to
your
the
message?
court? What is your message to this lawyer that's now going to represent him? I mean, as we go into this another stage.
I guess we have the most fair system in the world, but sometimes it doesn't feel fair to the people who.
Steve takes over the interview. Fantastic.
But it's more positive than negative, and
Okay. Murder
it's
has a
hard.
name.
It's just hard to just keep
It's called
giving somebody
murder.
a chance over and over and over, and it's not just him; it's the whole
Just saying.
system. Whenever you have evil people, they're allowed to have opportunity after opportunity. This guy's $8 million.
Now we're bringing up the financial problem. We're bringing up the finances.
That's the frustrating part, but I tried to just realize that
that's usually what happens.
It's bigger than me. I'm just one guy in the middle of it, and there's only so much we can do.
You know, Christy, the big thing that came out was also this Netflix documentary. Do you think it was important for that to come out? Do you think it was important to participate? Do you think it was important to get a message out from there? What message?
They always participate.
I do.
Nobody else does.
The Netflix was important, and it ironically dropped when it did.
Well, not recently.
At the same time of, or right around the same time.
Did anybody else participate?
I'm convinced, by the way, that might have been a motivation for him. That's my 2 cents.
The post-conviction relief, it was that, and then that, and we were just
welcome, Sir Equinox.
But that Netflix actually started a long time ago. That was in years of making. It wasn't something that we did over the past couple of months. It was years, and it started months after Kaylee had passed away. And there's a lot of footage.
It started about 2 to 3 weeks. 2 to 3 weeks.
But we talked to the producers.
And it never stopped.
And we told them that it was very important that it showcased who the kids were, who Kaylee was as a person. And not all on him. We knew that it had to have parts of him because that's unfortunately the story. That's their demise. That's what happened to them.
We're taking our power back.
But yeah, we really wanted it to do that. And I think that the producers were incredible.
Yeah.
And I think they listened to us, and I think they put it together.
They're always going to be on a show, guys. They're always going to be on a show. Always. Always and always.
Can you expand upon that a little bit?
People, the actual shock that those roommates were in, most people cannot even fathom.
The shock? Here we go.
It's the same kind of shock that, our family, was shortly going to live through. And
don't blur them out.
It is real, and it is a very deep shock where your brain is doing everything.
Everybody's a trauma expert, guys. Fuck you.
You're
fuck
angry.
You. 3 minutes to go in this one, thank God. Everybody's a trauma expert. Everybody's a trauma expert. Nobody has any training. Nobody has any fucking medical training. Nobody has any medical degree. Nobody has any license to diagnose trauma. Everybody's a fucking psychiatrist. Fuck you. Again, we talked about this a long time ago. You cannot use trauma as a blanket excuse for everything. Remember. And that's exactly what we see over and over and over and over again with the fucking roommates that, with Dylan and Bethany. I don't even want to call them survivors, guys. I really don't even want to call them survivors. They're not. Anyway, did they survive? Are they still alive? Yes. Yeah, but anyway. Yeah, he does, Merlin, CB. He does. I think he needs to deal with the own weirdos and psychopaths in his own state. I think he needs to take them on first, rather than start taking on other people from parts of different, parts of the country. So yeah, I agree. You've got a lot of problems out there, my friend. You've always had a lot of problems out there, my friend. So, anyway. So another one who... Anyway, I don't want to talk about that anymore. Everybody uses trauma as a blanket excuse to excuse people's behavior. We know this. Their actions and their inactions. Both their actions and the things they didn't do that they should have done. 2 people collectively, not 1, but 2. It's like, what is it like? It's like a mass hallucination where people see like the Virgin fucking Mary or something, right, in the sky. 100 people convinced they saw the Virgin Mary in the sky talking to them. That's called a mass hallucination. That's what that's called. Anyway, whatever. We're talking about trauma. Yeah. But anyway, we have two people again, and I don't want to, we've talked about this ad nauseum. We have two people making the same bad choices over and over and over again. Two of them, not just one of them, but two of them. And I'm wondering what would happen if we had three of them or four of them. Then what kind of excuse would we have then? Let's say we had three roommates that didn't do a fucking thing that they should have done. Then what kind of excuse are you going to fucking pull out of your ass? Well, I guess all three of them were traumatized. Huh? Or I guess all four of them were traumatized. Even though they didn't see anything. Even though they claim to not see anything, hear anything, that would be traumatic. Especially Dylan Morrison. And I don't want to rip her, we could rip her apart every interview, every live we can rip her apart. Because it's just ridiculous. But, again, the mainstream media fucking narrative is always, the mainstream media narrative, as we know, has always been, we're going to use trauma as a blanket excuse to get people off the hook. That's always been the angle ever since this case started. That's always been the angle. That's always been MPD's angle, Brett Payne's angle, especially Brett Payne's angle. That's always been his angle. He used that in his PCA. He used that angle in his probable cause. He's not a trained medical expert either. I would like to get Brett Payne on the stand and ask him, hey, Brett Payne, are you a medical professional? No. What is frozen shock phase? That's what I would ask. I would start with that fucking bulbous creation. Brett Payne, are you a medical doctor? No. Are you a psychiatrist? No. Are you a psychologist? No. Are you a licensed psychotherapist? No. What is frozen shock phase? What is it? Brett Payne, what is frozen shock phase? Brett Payne, do you realize that frozen shock phase is not a valid DSM diagnosis? Are you aware of that? Brett Payne, what is frozen shock phase? I don't, well, he's going to give you a little bit, he's going to give you some definition, right? Well, how do you know that Dylan Morrison was suffering from frozen shock phase that night? You're not a trained medical professional. How do you know that? How do you know that? You don't know that. You don't. You are trying to think of an excuse to get people out of their behavior. That's what he tried to do. Define for me what is frozen shock phase, and how does Dylan Morrison fit that category? And how do you prove it? Prove it to me. You're not going to be able to prove it to me. You're not going to be able to prove it to me. Because her actions and her inactions that night disprove frozen shock phase. It disproves it. Brett Payne, you bulbous fucking inbred. See what I mean? See what I mean, Guard? We absolutely need a trial. Absolutely. We need a trial, and we need a competent defense team to fucking rip these people apart. That's what we need. I don't know, what's frozen shock phase? Well, it's when someone experiences a trauma and they don't know what to do and they freeze up. But that's not Dylan Morrison. Hey, Brett Payne, guess what? That doesn't explain Dylan Morrison. What are you talking about? Stop using Stop using terms that you think you're qualified to use, you fucking inbred muppet. But yes, as we know, he put that in as part of his probable cause affidavit. Sure. Everybody's a psychiatrist. Everybody's a psychologist. Everybody uses trauma as an excuse to get people off the hook. Fuck you, and fuck you, and fuck you. Anyway, starting to rain now, guys. Starting to rain. Good, we need rain. Cool off this fucking humidity. Cool. Lower the temperature, as they say. Lower the temperature. Lower that temperature. Welcome, Mrs. John Dame. But she didn't. She was sprinting around the house. She was calling roommates. She was texting roommates. She was talking to Bethany Funk. Who is not in frozen shock phase either. Right? I love Brett Payne. He is my favorite Muppet in this cast of Muppets. He's got to be at the top of my list. Absolutely. In terms of police incompetence, he's got to be at the top of my fucking list. Has to be. And he was put in charge of the case. Yeah, okay, anyway, let's carry on. Let's finish this one off.
You don't know what you're doing. I mean, it is real.
Any more? Dr. Gonzalez?
That moment of shock, the second that officer came to our house and told us that Kaylee was indeed passed away.
Were you in frozen shock phase?
Kind of getting there, but you don't actually get it until that confirmation.
Oh.
So I think that those roommates were in ultimate shock. They live in Moscow, Idaho. Yeah. The last thing they were thinking was that their roommates were being murdered.
Yeah, because you were there, Christy, huh? You were there in the house. Huh? Where are you getting your information from, Christy? Where? Brett Payne? That's a bad mistake. That's a really bad mistake. Where are you getting your fucking medical information? Hey, look, guys, it's Dr. Christy Gonzalez. I didn't know she was a fucking psychiatrist, did you? I didn't. Funny.
Even though they may have thought, gosh, it sounds like my roommate's being murdered.
Or how about this? Gosh, that really sounds like one of them screaming their fucking ass off. But you know what? Nah. That happens all the time in Moscow. People screaming their head off like they're being murdered. Yeah, sure. Like that, Christy?
That's not what they thought. You know what I'm saying? It just...
That's not what they thought. Hey, guys, guess what? Not only is Christy Gonzalez a fucking psychiatrist, she's a psychic. She's a medium. She can read people's thoughts, guys. She's a mentalist. Did you know that Christy Gonzalez was a mentalist? She's a mind reader. She can read people's thoughts, guys. Anything else? Anything else?
Steve, this may be the first time they're really introduced to the details of the case.
Steve's also a psychic. And so I guess Aubrey's a psychic.
You said, it didn't tell the full picture that you want to,
I'm a psychic. You're not a psychic. Oh, God, more ads up my ass. Another ad up my ass.
It was working okay yesterday.
I'm waiting for an ad where Cy Ray pops on my screen. It's like, hello. Are you having phone trouble?
Fortunately, that thing that was missing is like the firing squad.
The firing squad.
Showing the whole world this is what happens when you.
The firing squad. I remember.
For a second trial, you'd be prepared for a death penalty trial.
I was 100% prepared.
We're all prepared, Steve.
Yes, and now, and that's what
Brian Koberger doesn't care about the death penalty, Steve. He never did.
You're right to the end, and they're like, we'll stay with it, and if we don't have to produce this for years to come,
He doesn't care about it now. He didn't care about it then.
Can you just tell us something about Kaylee that maybe people should know, and then
Just saying.
What she was like?
I think that Kaylee and I were the most similar out of all my siblings.
Yeah.
I love every single one of my siblings, of course, but
How about
Kaylee
Samantha?
and I definitely had the most similar mindset.
Yeah.
You like
And
Samantha?
her mindset
You
was
talk to
that
Samantha
she
much?
was going to be successful no matter what. And she absolutely was. She was so young, just starting out in life, and she was already so successful with landing a job in Texas, and she had so much going for her.
Agreed. Agreed.
It's really unbelievable.
It is.
That she was able to do that, because now I'm coming to that age and I'm like, man, I don't have a job.
Thank God I'm not the University of Idaho.
you were thinking of getting that we were making fun of.
Oh my God.
Something about success.
When I was 14 years old, I convinced myself that my first tattoo was going to be success is the only option. And I was going to get that tattooed somewhere.
It's all on her home.
It feels a little bit like the college poster that people have, but that's great. I love that. Let me just say something. Again, I've been following this from the very beginning. I've learned a lot about your family. I've learned a lot about Kaylee. She was an incredible person. I wish I had the opportunity to meet her. You are all incredibly brave. It is such a privilege of mine to be able to meet all of you. And as I've said before, and I'll say again, wherever this now goes, this new chapter, you have an open platform. You can always come on. You can always tell us how
They
you're feeling,
will.
what you're
They
experiencing.
absolutely will.
And,
No
I'll
doubt
say
about
to
that.
you all the best.
Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching.
All right, bye-bye. Bye-bye. There you go. I wanted to just get that in.
Right now on your
Yep, all right. Look, never mind. Never mind. Puts you in a little bit of an emotional bind. It puts you into an emotional bind because they lost a daughter. Whatever, they lost a sister. That. It puts you in an emotional bind a little bit, right? Because you may feel bad for criticizing what they're saying, right? Because they lost a daughter, right? So it puts you into a little emotional bind. And that's you just got something to keep in mind with these people, right? Because then people are going to accuse you of well, why are you bashing the families and what's wrong with you and all this crap. Well, listen, I'm not the one going on fucking talk shows, and saying stupid things and trying to cover up for people. I'm not doing that. So, and again, you cannot use trauma as a blanket excuse, especially when you're not qualified to do it. I think that's the bottom line here. Yeah. So. Anyway, that's that one.
lights on.
I didn't understand you.
Morning.
Oh.
There you go. Here we are. Let's just go. A little bit of Neil Young today. All right, let's go. Oh God, do we have to go back to this? Here we go.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Oh no.
Back Thursday, saw the house. I was like, all right, see you guys Friday. We're gonna do some chores. First thing I did Friday was round up all the underclassmen essentially, and then I grabbed the upperclassmen. I was like, upperclassmen, here are the projects. You're gonna take them over here, take these guys over here.
Right.
Pretty much supervise and help out and show them how to do what. Okay.
So you still got the high regard.
Yeah.
Still got the high regard.
Okay.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Can we get to the fucking interview?
During your tenure in that spot, are you, more about all the upperclassmen in there, or are you pretty studied up on everybody, all the pledges and everything, and the underclassmen that are coming in,
Yeah, so
who's who and what they're about and what they're doing?
Yeah, so last year, so
As you can notice, I may have an accent. No, oh no, that was funny last night. No.
I'd say I know everyone pretty well. Okay. Yeah, you got a good read on everybody.
You have
yeah.
pretty like.
I understand, Creamy Row. I understand.
Where you guys kind of find yourselves in
yeah, I understand, Creamy Row.
Place where you got your go-to buddies that you're gonna hang out with.
We get like a little cliquey in our house as far as like pledge classes go, but a lot of stuff like, say like we knew like a sorority was having a party at like an out of house or something, we would all know about it. So we'd just go in the chat and say, hey, like if you guys want, like we can all be here tonight, and it's like most of the time we'll all go do that, or like the older members will like go to the corner club or something. Like we'll do something different, but for the most part, like we roll together, but. Like
oh yes, you do.
Stuff, like, you'll go to Walmart with certain people, All
right. Yeah. Thank you, Steve. Thank you. So, let me know what happens with that.
Yeah, back to rehashing that interview. So, Zan,
oh my God.
Going through your relationship with the other people.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a detention center somewhere in Idaho, or sorry, Washington. Where she is today.
For a while, I can't really put a finger on how long, but. I met her through him.
Oh, dear.
And I also met Xana through... And then I met Kaylee through Maddie and those girls.
And it is Jake, that's the adult?
Yeah. Oh.
Oh, God.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Stop redacting stuff.
So he actually told me, like, my first day, sophomore year, like, hey, Xana, you're gonna love her. She's awesome. And then, yeah, just kind of introduced me to his fam and stuff, and I was like, all right, like show me what was what and stuff. He's like, one day it was your fam and stuff, and you have to run it. So, yeah, now I yeah. That's awesome.
So what's your impression of the murders? Who do you think did it? Did you do it? How comes we found your DNA there? You know? No.
Like a fan night or anything this year, we were gonna do with friends.
Hey, Jose Cruz, how comes we found your fucking fingerprints all over the house? Nah.
You know, probably not gonna do that, but maybe like a white elephant.
Me no speak English. Okay, well, okay, I guess you're cleared. Oh, thank God. Thank the Jesus. Thank the Jesus.
So he's a 5th year.
That's all it takes, guys.
Yeah, so he's done that semester actually, so he's got 2 weeks.
Can I go back now to spying on girls in the window? And going into their apartments with a knife?
Just kind of about his activities.
Smoking cigarettes out there outside their fucking window? Watching them? You know, that kind of shit.
He did mention to us that you had a relationship with Kaylee a little bit more. Can you explain that a little bit?
Yeah, probably like the month before everything happened, we'd started talking a little bit. She'd come back with me from like the corner club, like maybe like maybe once a week or something. Like she'd spend the night over at the fraternity and stuff. And
really?
Yeah, we kind of like stopped talking towards like a week before it all happened. Like
why's that?
Stopped responding to like my texts and stuff.
Why's that?
And, we got to talk on that Saturday at
I don't know.
The AFE kind of pregame at the apartment. Talking like
at the pregame pregame
with me, but I.
All right, hang on, guys, hang on. Where are we at? All right, real quick break. Quick break, dude. I promise. Quick break. Okay, so they were hooking up. I wonder how Jack Decor felt about that. Her and Mason Bangman Barstow. I wonder how he felt about them hooking up once a week at least, coming home from the corner club and staying over at the fraternity together. I wonder how Jack felt about that. Oh, gee, I don't know. I wonder if they ever asked Jack about that. Hey, Jack, how did it feel to you knowing that Kaylee was hooking up with Mason Barstow at least once a week? How did that make you feel, Jack? Gee, I wonder if they ever asked him that question, guys. You know what? I don't think they ever did. Did they? No. They never did. Remember, everybody's cool with everybody. Even somebody banging my fucking girlfriend once a week. That's totally cool. I have no emotions towards that whatsoever, guys. Come on. We've only dated 6 fucking years together. 7 years. But I have no emotion to anything, right? Fuck you and bullshit. But of course, Moscow Police Department and Idaho State Police or whoever, they never asked these questions. Well, didn't you feel jealous at all? He was banging your girlfriend for at least once a week. How did that make you feel? You were okay with that? How did it make you feel knowing that at least 2 separate guys were banging your ex-girlfriend, but she would fucking run to you for like a security blanket? How did that make you feel, Jack Decor? Did that make you feel good that you were a little fucking cuck? Hey, Dame John, that's what we call cuckolders, isn't it? Hey, Jack Decor, how did it feel to be a fucking cuckolder? Some people call them cockholders, but no, they're cucks. How'd that make you feel being a cuck? Right? Because she was banging quite a few people here. She was. Whether you like it or not, she was banging a couple of people here simultaneously. Yes, she was. And because we're not real homicide detectives. I have no idea. I mean, if it was me, I wouldn't talk to her at all. If that was me, I would have cut her completely off. Completely off. I would have cut her completely off if she was doing that shit to me. That's what I would have done, because I don't need that fucking shit in my life. Not at all. And I certainly am not going to sit around thinking about how many guys she's fucking banging. And then she calls me up when she needs something, because that's what apparently she was doing. She was calling him up when she needed something. Or some sort of emotional support. She would fucking call him up. No fucking way. I'm not going to be a cuckolder. No way. I have more self-respect than that. See? But again, the problem is we never ask these questions. So I don't know. You know, I would definitely ask these questions. If I knew that Kaylee was banging 2 or 3 different guys and Jack Decor and her were just broken up, like, I don't know, 2 months, I would definitely be asking these questions. Absolutely. And they didn't. They let these people get off the hook with their first answers. So when Jack Decor says, well, everything was cool between us, they don't follow up. They take that at face value and they don't do anything with it. But I think a lot of people would be fucking angry and jealous in that situation. And upset. But they just, oh, okay, everything's cool? Well, great. Okay, let's move on. Yeah, that's what they did. That's what they do over and over and over again in these interviews. There's no, again, what do we know? There's no probing. There's no confronting. There's no interrogating. Nothing. So what kind of information am I supposed to get when we're not doing any of these things? Exactly. Not very good. I mean, unless Jack Decor is a complete cuck, he doesn't mind being a fucking cuckolder. Well, fantastic. I guess he didn't mind that. I don't know. Maybe he was banging 3 chicks on the side too. Who the fuck knows with these people? Maybe he was banging Bethany Fung. I don't know. Or maybe he was banging Maddie. I don't know. To get back at Kaylee. I don't know. I think Kaylee would be aware of that. I think Maddie would tell her that. I don't think Maddie would do that to her. I don't think Maddie would do that to her. I don't think Maddie would be banging Jack DeCour. I don't know about that. I don't know. Anyway, that's all speculation anyway, whatever. Well, then, if that's true, then obviously she's lying. She lied to him. She was banging at least 2 people. She had a boyfriend. As far as we know, she had some sort of steady person she was seeing. Whether or not she considered him a boyfriend, but they were seeing each other regularly. It sounds like. And then we have this guy Mason saying, "Well, she was coming home with him once a week." Almost right up until the time of the murders, in fact. And then she stopped talking to him a week before she got murdered. So, yeah. And the question you're asking is, well, how come she stopped talking to you a week before she got murdered? What made her stop talking to you? What was it? No. Yeah, you're right, Dame Deb. She probably was. And then when she gets scared at night or something freaks her out, she runs and calls Jack DeCour up and says, "Hey, Jack, I'm scared." And he responds like a fucking cock, like a cuck. Yeah, that's what it sounds. That's what the dynamic sounds like to me. That's what the dynamic seems to turn into with me, with me. That's my opinion. Yes, absolutely. Anyway, whatever. Quick break. There is just another interview that just came out, guys. And I'm very tempted to switch to that because this one's already fucking wearing my patience out. But yeah, you know what? We can slip it in. It's only 9 minutes. It's only 9 fucking minutes. We can slip it in. Let's just take care of that one. Let's just take care of that one real quick. Let's just take care of this one, guys, okay? This is only 9 minutes. Justin Nadeau. Let's just take care of this one, all right? Justin Nadeau. 11:17, supposedly. Connor, of course. 9 minutes. It's only 9 fucking minutes. Let's just take care of it. Let's get it out of the way. Let's just get that. That's right. That's true, CB. Merlin. Sorry, Merlin. You're right. The 9 p.m. show is coming up. You're correct. And that might be interesting. It's like it's called Catching Kohberger, right? That's what it's called, Catching Kohberger. All right, quick break. We're gonna knock this one out. And Justin Nadeau, 11:17 supposedly. And now if that's accurate, that's only 4 days after the murders that we know. Anyway, just real quick, and I just want to mention this again real quick, guys. Aiden McKenty, her interview, that supplement is ISP supplement number 17. So if anybody wants to go back and read the supplement, it's number 17 in the sequence. So there you go. Welcome, Jules O'Mara. Slide it in, baby. Ha! Oh my God, Jules. Baby, you know what time it's not, baby. Why are you doing this? Jeff H. All right, hang on, guys. Oh my God. Excuse me. It's raining, Gato. It's raining. It's raining, Gato. All right, here we go. All right, Justin Nato. Let's see. Here we go. Let's knock it out. Knock it out. Here we go. Oh, here we go. He's walking around somewhere. Oh, and that stupid fucking thing. He's walking down a hole. 4 minutes of the interview is him walking. I don't know. Moscow Police Department. Moscow Police Department. Fantastic. Interview room number 7.
I'm one of the campus officers, so I'm at the home football games and stuff, basketball games.
Okay. I was gonna say, have you also been surveilling the house? Because I live right next door.
Yeah. Okay. I've been.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen.
Probably seen me on the news.
I've probably seen you at the house because I walk my dog there every day.
Okay. Yeah. So,
Surveilling the house.
Possibly
Oh.
saw something that morning.
Tyson Barrett. Wait a minute.
I walk my dog there every day.
Wait. I just want to make sure I caught that.
Officers, so I'm at the home football games and stuff, basketball games.
Okay. I was gonna say, have you also been surveilling the house? Because I live right next door.
Yeah, we've been surveilling the house.
Probably seen me on the news.
I've probably seen you at the house.
Probably see me on the news.
My dog there every day.
Walk my dog there every day.
Tyson
Interesting.
Possibly saw something that morning.
I just have basically after. Sorry.
Okay.
Do you happen to have a DL on you so I can get your info? Or I can verbally get it from you if you don't have that.
Huh.
Perfect.
Okay. Perfect. Great. Wonderful. Connor Chestnut. Connor Chestnut.
Where do you live?
I live right next door.
Right there.
I live right next door to him. I walk my dog with Kaylee Gonzalez. Sometimes. I used to do that. Maybe.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
I didn't hear anything that night, guys. I didn't hear anybody screaming. No parties. I didn't hear people getting murdered outside the house or inside the house.
Okay.
That's probably where we.
At the Whites.
Yeah. So I know you can go ahead. I know Tyson said that you might have.
Tyson Barrett.
The back door.
No, it was the front door.
Okay.
Basically, kind of just put 2 and 2 together after the press conference yesterday.
Connor Chestnut.
I don't know how. I told him I don't know how much this is really going to contribute to the case and all that. I mean, it might just be something that you guys already know.
4 days after the murder.
I can assure you, though, that 9-10 a.m. I went to walk my dog, and I didn't think anything of it. But I saw that door wide open.
The door was wide open.
The front door on the north side. Like
The front door.
The front fucking door. There's only 2 doors.
I guess that is north, yeah.
And that was around 9 to 10 a.m. on Saturday.
Front door.
Sunday morning.
Not the back sliding glass door. The front door.
It would take 2 hours before you guys arrived on the scene. Before you guys saw anything. Anything like that. I put 2 and 2 together during the press conference when I watched it last night. I was like, man, I saw that on Sunday, and I didn't tell anybody yet. I probably should.
Yeah.
I didn't think anything of it. You know. So
Did you see anyone coming and going, or was just open, no one around?
Just wide open.
Okay.
So
Airing out the smell.
Probably assure you that it wasn't some type of burglary or anything like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, I honestly thought
Wasn't a burglary.
The neighbors probably had some people over. They've had parties in the past, and someone got drunk and probably left the door open.
Oh, wide open.
Left the house.
Gee, I wonder who that could be.
And
I don't know.
And they were intoxicated and forgot to close it. I didn't go up and look.
You should have. Well, wait a minute, guys. Wait a minute. Just wait a cotton picking minute. Let's just stop it there for a second, guys. We've heard this before. Now we get the person behind this story. Yeah, it is a very weird angle. But that's a great point, Jules Amora. That's a very weird angle. We're just recording his fucking legs. I don't know why. Why are we recording his legs? Why don't we record his fucking face? Like in every normal fucking interview we've ever seen in our lives. I don't know. Kiss me where I pee. Damn dead. Why? So let's think about this. Now, here's what people in denial are going to say. People in denial, they're going to say one of two things. They're going to say, number one, he's mistaken about the day. Okay, that's the first thing they're going to say to you. They're going to say, well, he must obviously be mistaken about the day he saw this, right? As if they fucking know, right? But that's the first thing they're going to say. All right? Or they're going to say, he must be mistaken, right, about the house that he's talking about. So they're going to hit you with one of those two things. Just saying. So they're gonna say, well, this guy doesn't know what he's talking about. That's how they're gonna try to refute you. They're gonna say, well, obviously he's mistaken in some fashion, and that's how they're gonna try to get around it. So anyway, that's trust me, that's what they're gonna do. But anyway, so the front door is wide open at 9 o'clock in the morning. So what does that tell you? And should we throw that out for the people in denial? What does that tell you? I mean, Jules, he may have gone up to the door. That's possible. He may have gone up. Possible. What does that tell you guys? Let's say this. If he's not lying, if he is not lying for some reason, okay, if he's again one of these people who are just want to be a part of the story, all right, for no other reason, just to be a part of the story, all right, if that's not this case, if that with him, what does that tell you? First of all, the door should not be wide open at 9 o'clock in the morning. That's number one, right? That contradicts a lot of fucking people. A lot. Like Dylan Mortensen, Bethany Funk, for example. It contradicts them completely. Being the good little non-liars that they are, right, guys? They couldn't possibly be lying. No, not them two. Remember, the good little angels. Who else does it contradict? Who else does this contradict? People want to go on Reddit and spout their fucking mouth off. They're all morons on there. But anyway, who else does this contradict then? Hunter Johnson, Emily Allant, that crew totally contradicts their fucking words. Anyway, let's carry on. Let's finish the rest. You know what's crazy? You know what's really crazy? That is a huge piece of information to get. That is a huge contradiction to get, right? A huge contradiction. And they only spend 9 minutes with this guy. Only 9 fucking minutes with this guy. And you just got one of the biggest contradictions in the entire case, and you only spend 9 minutes with him. Moscow Police Department. You're also known as Keystone Cops. You're also known as fucking incompetent inbreds. You're also known as a police department that should not be a police department at all. You're also known as people who should never be investigating homicides in your life. Shall we go on? Anyway, let's carry on. 9 minutes with this guy. That's it.
You know, talk to my who's and he's like, this is something that if I was on this case, I'd want to know.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that.
Uh-huh. And what else? What else are you going to ask him?
Awesome. And then, do you happen to, you said you live at, what unit number are you in? Do you happen to have any video surveillance outside your apartment?
No. Okay, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Trying to think of my neighbors do.
Yeah, I think we've canvassed it pretty well.
Oh, there we go. Hey, now we uprighted the camera.
Together, but I was like, well, since you're here and you live right there, if you had cameras, that'd be awesome. But
it would be awesome.
You're good.
So when you say it's open, was it like wide open or just kind of cracked open halfway? I mean, it was cracked. Well, like not cracked open, but it was like open. Like if you want to,
can you just open this door how you saw it? I know.
Yeah, let's see how it's open. Yeah, let's demonstrate it. Give us a demonstration, guys. Hey, that's good. Oh, where is? Can you put your camera on it? Oh my God! So glad we recorded the demonstration, guys. Fucking inbreds. Fucking inbreds. Fucking inbreds.
So I came back, it was still open. Okay.
Still open. Wait. What time did you come back? The door was still wide open. Just like that. Thank God we saw it.
And that was between 9 and 10 a.m.
9 and 10.
On Sunday.
On Sunday.
Probably like between 9 and 11.
9 and 11.
Back, it was still open.
Okay.
It was still open.
Well, so when I walk my dog on Sundays, it was about an hour walk.
You go consistently.
Go down that hill.
What else?
Go all the way down. I went all the way down King Road instead of down those steps to get to that field.
Right.
All the way down King
To
Road.
the band field. The band field. Right.
Taylor right there.
He doesn't go to the band field. He goes a different way.
Right across from the
Right.
Sigma Chi house.
Right.
Okay.
He goes by the Sigma Chi the other way. Right. Got it.
Went down to
Got it.
whatever road Targhee Hall is on.
Okay, Blake over there.
Yeah.
All right. Fantastic.
Another right.
So he goes on a consistent path of travel whenever he walks his dog on Sundays at least. He goes on a consistent path of travel, which a lot of dog walkers do. They take their dog on a consistent path of travel. The dog's familiar with it. They're familiar with it. They like it. The dog likes it. That's not unusual at all. That fits. That fits. It fits. Just saying, it fits.
Went all the way down to the Whammy building.
Went to the Whammy building. Went to Sweden. I wish.
And Pizza Hut is.
Went to Denmark. Went to the red light district. Never came back. No.
That's good information.
I wrote Kubla Khan Part 2 with the opium I purchased.
It's good to know peace helps. Yeah. Putting the pieces together.
Oh, there we go.
We're definitely still sitting on the house, as you probably know, because you live right there. So we're still trying to collect evidence and stuff. So that does help us. So I can let our guys know and see if there's anything that they might try to look in that area.
I'll keep my eye out for
that's good.
Cameras or anything like that.
Yeah, keep your eye out for cameras.
I mean, if there's it's
all right, whatever.
Old behind the times building, not to downplay the apartment or anything like that. But
no, they've definitely been there for a while. And it's a college students, or a lot of college students live in there, so not a lot of people have cameras and stuff. We get that, but I know our guys, like I said, they went and looked to see if they could physically see cameras, and then if they did, they'd go knock on doors. But I just was like, well, maybe you have one. Some people have ones where they're like positioned where we can't see him from the outside, but we can still have cameras. That's
What's up here? Oh, sorry guys. Dogs playing poker.
Sorry.
Do you guys need something written, or are you guys good?
No, I think we're good.
Bye-bye.
If I do, I can contact you.
Bye-bye.
Let me get a phone number for you.
Bye-bye. He's sticking that... All right, is he doing that? Well, I don't know. I don't know.
And did you happen to know the people that lived at that house? Other than, like...
Just passing.
Yeah. Not like...
Like, honestly, I met one of the girls, I can't... Like, they're all blonde, so I can't make out who they were.
Well, hey!
Their dogs ran after my dog.
Oh.
A few months ago.
Uh-huh.
And then I know I've said hi to Maddie and Kaylee in passing.
Okay.
Just like, because they walk their dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, pretty much nothing more than that. The college party seemed way past my time.
No, yeah.
It's way past my prime, but they look fun.
Yeah, okay. Well, I appreciate it, man. Thank you. If I do need to get a written statement, if they want me to get one, I can bring them down to you, and I'll just give you a call, make sure you're here, and I'll just swing it down. You can write it up for me, but at this time, I don't think we would need that, but if we do, I'll call you. So, awesome. I appreciate it. Thank you guys very much. Thank you. We're actually going to head up. We have to go to the man post, so we're going to head up to the Kibi Dome. Let me know if you guys need anything else. Thank you.
All right, bye-bye. Well, yeah, Justin, Nada, huh? All right. All right.
This is Cody.
Oh, excuse me. What is this? This is Cody. Hi. This is MD. Can I talk to Ashley for a minute? Oh, God. So what do you guys think about that one? Welcome, Kane B. the Pudge. What do you think about that one? You don't believe him? Do you believe him? Do you believe him? Do you believe him? No buccal swab, true. No swab. No fingerprints. No phone. 'Tis true. Not what we saw. Yeah. If he's not just inserting himself in the case just to insert himself, and he's not lying, right? If the door is pretty wide open at 9 a.m. to 11 a.m., what does that tell you? What does it tell you? Well, it tells... Well, we already said. I think that's a big piece of it. That would be a big piece to me, because it contradicts about, I don't know, 8 different people, at least. It contradicts Dylan Mortensen's bullshit. It contradicts Bethany Funk's bullshit. It contradicts Hunter Johnson's bullshit. It contradicts Emily Alon's bullshit. It contradicts all that. Contradicts all of it. It contradicts the fact that Bethany Funk and Dylan Mortensen said they never left the fucking bedroom. Contradicts all that. It contradicts Hunter Johnson saying that he went to the front door and entered a code and entered the house. Contradicts all that. It's not, to me, this is not unusual, okay? This is not unusual to see the door wide open. There's a lot of reasons why I could think that's the case. Number one, we're airing out the fucking house. That's number one. Number two, We want other people to discover the bodies. That's number 2. Especially Dylan Mortensen. That's number 2. Anything else with it? Right? Well, that's a good point about Murphy. If the door's wide fucking open, the sliding glass door is open at this point as well. Murphy has free range of the house. He can go wherever he fucking wants to go. He can go outside. He can stay inside. He can do whatever he wants. The question here is, when is Dylan Mortensen, Bethany Funk, Hunter Johnson, Emily... I'm just going to leave it to those 3. When are they going to start fucking telling the truth in this case? When are they going to start telling the fucking truth? That's the question. We all know they're lying. We all know they're lying. When are they going to start coming clean with the information that they have? When is that going to happen? This guy has no reason to insert himself in the case, does he? Does this guy have any reason to fucking insert himself? I mean, he may be a nut job, but we don't know about. He may be just seeking attention, just to seek attention. Maybe. But, I mean, and they only spend 9 minutes with it. They only spend, not even 9 minutes. They only spend about 8 minutes with this guy. It's pure ridiculousness is what it is. He lives right next to them. He walks his dog the same route that he always walks it. Which is completely rational and normal. He's apparently much older. He's apparently much older than the college kids. He's much older than them. He's just said, I'm way past that stage in my life, but they look fun. But I'm way past that point in my life. He says that. But you're right, though. They didn't ask him for any DNA. They didn't ask him for any fingerprints that we saw, at least, or at least, whatever. No phone, no nothing. So that's true. That is true. So again, and again, and again, and again, if you're looking at this from a trial perspective, this is somebody that I would very much love to have to call from a defense point of view. I would love to call this guy. But because he contradicts at least, I don't know, again, he contradicts at least 6 to 7, 8 people. just by this alone. Would you believe Dylan Mortensen over this guy? Would you? Would you believe Dylan Mortensen and Bethany Funk over this guy? Based on what you know, what they said in their interviews, would you believe them over this guy? Would you? Seriously, would you? It's not unusual for the front door to be open. That is not unusual. In fact, that would kind of fit. That would actually fit. So, yeah. Because the house, first of all, the house is going to stink. There's going to be odors in that house. Whether people believe that or not, that house is going to have odors in it at this point. Okay? We got 4 bodies that are now rotting. We know this. Okay? We're talking about blood. We're talking about feces. We're talking about piss. Okay? It's not going to smell very pleasant after a while. Okay? We know that. It's cold outside. We know that. It's cold out. We know that. It's the middle of November. Okay, right? So it's not unusual to think that the door is going to be open. The back sliding glass door is also open, as far as we know. So anyway, also, it's not unusual to think, and we talked about this before, the minute that Dylan and Bethany locked themselves into that room, they locked themselves into a story that's impossible. Okay? Essentially impossible. That was, again, this is one of the mistakes that they made here. The minute they chose to lock themselves into a room for their story, they fucked themselves. They kind of fucked themselves in a way, guys. Because then you start asking a lot of questions. Well, and they did ask Bethany Funk on 11/16. She was asked, she was asked this question. She was asked, did you leave the room? And she started to say, no. Too scared. I thought somebody was going to come and kick and then she was cut off. Her answer was cut off by the Moscow Police Department, that chucklehead who was sitting out there in Reno, Nevada. So keep that in mind. Her answer was cut off on purpose. Because once they locked themselves into that room, they locked themselves into a story that is completely ridiculous. And Moscow did everything in their power to make sure that they would not incriminate themselves any further. They were well aware of that. And that's what you see in that segment on the 11/16 interview with Bethany Funk in Reno, Nevada. That's what you're seeing in that segment from Moscow police. That did not come from the Reno police. The Reno the Reno detective, he's the one that asked that question of her. It wasn't Moscow police asking that question. It was the Reno police asking that question, not Moscow. But Moscow made sure to cut her answer off because Moscow was well aware of the fact that these two girls, we have to protect them at all costs. We have to. And that is what you're seeing in that segment in 11/16 with Bethany Funk. If you don't believe me, I want you to go back and I want you to watch that part of the interview if you don't fucking believe me. But that's exactly what fucking happens. And there's a reason why that happened. And then there's a reason why the Moscow detective, there's a reason why he did that. That I am the greatest of all time. Attention. Are we live? Are we live? Attention. Attention. Welcome, love, Tina. I told you I was the greatest. I told you I'm still the greatest. Never again say I'm going to be defeated. Never again make me the underdog. I am the greatest of all time. Right? But anyway, go back and listen to that part in the 11/16 interview. I highly encourage you to do that because that is exactly what happened. And guess what? Not only that, but they never revisit the topic ever again. That topic of leaving the room is never brought up again, ever, in the interview. It's not, we don't circle back around to it. It's totally dropped. Totally dropped. And that question is a very, very good question to ask. Why didn't you leave your bedroom? The minute you got up at 6 o'clock in the morning when you were awake, why didn't you or Dylan leave the bedroom? That is an extremely important and extremely good question. And Moscow police, they were waiting on that question. And they knew that if Bethany Funk tried to answer that question, she would incriminate herself even further into this mess. Absolutely. 100%. And that is not a conspiracy theory. That is the truth. People in denial. I know people in denial. People in denial do not like the truth. That's why they have a big wall around them. So anyway, take a quick break. It's approaching 9 o'clock. Now that special is coming up on iDiscovery. So we could end it in 6 minutes. You know, you might want to check that out. I might want to check that out. I'm probably not going to check that out tonight. But, you know, you can only take so much of this shit at once. Right? So yeah, catching Kohlberger. Yeah. I'm any special that comes out, you know, I'm like, oh God. I'm like, this is just going to be another MSM fucking piece, you know. But I don't know. Quick break. Oh yeah. Oh, the cold, I agree. The cold is going to change dynamics. I agree. I totally agree with that. Compared to heat, I totally agree with that. Absolutely. There's going to be differences. For sure. For sure. We can try, but see these, look, you want to put them in a freezer. If you're going to go that far, you want to put them in a fucking freezer. You want to put their bodies in a fucking refrigerator. You're gonna want to put them in a refrigerator or a freezer. You know what I'm saying? But we're talking about amateurs here. We're talking about amateurs. These people are fucking amateurs. These are not professional hitmen. All right. These are not professional assassins. You know. So. Yeah. These are amateurs. And I think if we had a competent fucking police department backed by a competent state police department, I think that's very obvious to say. This was amateur. Amateur. In many ways, it was amateur. Well, how could it be amateur? And, well, they didn't leave any... No. There was evidence that was left behind. How do you think we got the names of Cole Barenberg? How do you think we got the name Jose Cruz? How do you think those names came about? Just out of a whim? Right? We just made the names up. No. We got names. We got fingerprints on the excuse me, let me back up. We have a fingerprint. Okay? Yeah, I know it's ridiculous, guys. But we have a fingerprint, sliding glass door kitchen. We have a fingerprint that we cannot rule out people like Emily Allant. We can't rule her out. Right? We have that kind of shit going on, too. Can't rule out certain people, fingerprints at the crime scene. Can't rule them out. Is it inconclusive? Well, of course. Everything is inconclusive. Everything that Moscow touched, everything that the Idaho State Police touched, except for that little area of the knife sheath Every other piece of fucking forensic evidence, it seems, was either degraded. It was either it was too small of a sample. There was something wrong with the sample. Every other single fucking piece. However, we have people's fucking DNA from cigarette butts that were left at the crime scene. We have fingerprints that were left at the crime scene. Very good ones. And we can't figure out this. Right? Sure. And then somehow we all throw everything into a giant black kettle and we boil it for about 3 hours, and lo and behold, what emerges from the giant black kettle is one single piece of DNA evidence that we use to go after Bryan Kohberger. How does that work? It doesn't work. Does not work at all. At all. It doesn't work at all. It doesn't work at all. And anyway, so yeah, all right, there you are, loves. There you are. Quick break, and we'll figure out what you guys want to do. I think maybe we should end it. You guys want to end it? I think this was good. Welcome, Angela. They also destroyed a great deal of DNA evidence. They destroyed it, so you can't retest it. There is the refrigerator that conked out for 8 hours that was storing a lot of DNA cards. They refused to call... Moscow refused to call it DNA samples. What they said was there were a lot of DNA cards. They called them cards. Cards. That contained DNA samples that were ruined. Remember that? That happened as well. So yeah. That happened. Cannot deny that either. That's not how a quadruple homicide case works. Okay? Nope. They called them cards. They refused to say, here's what they refused to say. They refused to say, we lost several DNA samples in our refrigeration unit. They refused to say that. Instead, what they said was, there were cards, okay, that we could not use anymore, or something like that. They phrased it that way. Yeah. But what they actually were saying was, we had a bunch of DNA samples that were stored on cards or whatever in the refrigerator unit that crapped out for at least 8 hours overnight, which became unusable. They wouldn't tell you how many there were. They didn't tell you how many there were, but there were several that were ruined. Several. They didn't give you an exact number, by the way, did they? Did they give us an exact number of how many of those samples were completely ruined? Did they say, well, we had 50 samples stored in here? Did they ever give us a fucking number? Did they? Did they? Did they ever give us a number? Welcome, Snowpia. Welcome, Snowpia. Welcome, Angela, for you. Yeah, again, Moscow police should not have there should not be a Moscow police department. Ever. There shouldn't have been one before, and there shouldn't be one now. At all. Or, if you're going to have a thing like a Moscow police department, you should never allow them to investigate a homicide. ever, 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 and never, and never. Ever. Ever. You can let them investigate domestic violence situations. You can let them investigate petty burglary shit. Sure, you can let them investigate that shit all you want. Even that's not good. But I'm just saying, you never let them come close to a fucking homicide. Ever. Don't ever do that again. Ever. Hey, Governor of Idaho, listen to me. If there's ever another fucking murder in Moscow, Idaho, don't ever let the Moscow Police Department be involved in it. Ever. Don't ever, never. Ever in your life. Is the governor still Brad Little? Is that still the governor of that fucking inbred state out to Brad Little? Is that still the fucking governor, by the way? I have to look that up. There's blood. There's blood in multiple places here. There's blood in multiple places. Multiple places. We have, remember this one? We have maintenance workers that went to Jack Showalter's apartment to fix the toilet that wouldn't flush. Remember that? So let me just refresh people's memories here. Remember when maintenance workers went over to Jack Showalter's apartment, saw the blood that they saw in his apartment, got so freaked out by the blood that they saw in his apartment that they contacted Moscow's police department to come over and look at it. Remember that? People in denial. They're like, well, that blood has nothing to do with this case. Oh, sure. Hey, how about the blood that was found outside the Whites, right there at the Whites? What about that blood? Well, no, that blood's totally, has nothing to do with the crime either. Oh, okay. How about the blood that was found, I don't know, was it in Jack DeCour's little area? How about that blood? No, that blood had nothing to do with anything either, right? Sure. I guess it's just normal to find blood everywhere. I guess. At the same time you're investigating a quadruple murder that is filled with blood. I guess that's totally normal in Moscow, Idaho. I guess. People cutting their hands on fucking chicken with a pocket knife. People putting their hands through a window. They're not sure if they cut their hand on a window or if they cut their hand on a chicken that they were cutting up with their pocket knife. You know, all this kind of stuff happens all the time in Moscow. Especially on the same day or the same night that 4 people were murdered by a fucking big knife. This is totally normal, guys. Everything's a coincidence. How many coincidences are in this case? 759? How many coincidences do you think are in this case? 1,000? 500? A lot. Let's just say a lot. Yeah. More than 50, I think. More than 50. And then now we got somebody saying, yeah, the door was open. Now what are you going to do? Dylan Mortensen, Bethany Fung, Hunter Johnson. You have somebody directly contradicting what you fucking told everybody. What's your response to this? I really want to know. So, Dylan Mortensen, Bethany the Hobbit, Hunter Johnson. What is your response to the fact that a neighbor who walks his dog the same route every Sunday, he saw the front door that was wide open? What's your response to that? Christy Gonzalez, what's your fucking response to this? You want to go on all these fucking shows and talk your fucking ass off. What's your response to contradictory evidence or eyewitness information? What's your fucking response to it? Nothing. Nothing is your response to it. That's your response to it. Nothing. No thing. Nothing. What's your response? Dylan Mortensen, what's your response? You just got tripped up again. What's your response? Bethany the Hobbit, you just got tripped up again in your lies and your storytelling. What's your response? Huh? Moscow police, what's your response? You don't got a response. Because it doesn't fit the bullshit story that you try to fucking create in this case. That's why. So you disregard. You just totally disregard this. You disregard it. Because it doesn't fit with what Bill Thompson and Scott Green agreed to. Because it contradicts your little fairy tale world out there. That college students could not possibly be involved in murdering their own roommates. That's why. Because if that is brought into the light, again, what would happen? Nobody would attend the University of Idaho. They would stop coming to your school. It would take at least 10 years, if not longer, to repair the damage caused by this. At least 10 years, maybe longer. That is why. That is why. If people want to know why there may be a cover-up in this case, that is the very reason why. Steve G, as much as I hate that fucking guy, he knows it as well as I know it, as well as my garden knows it. He knew it. He knew it. He knew it way back. Until he got brainwashed. Okay. But that's the reason why. So, whenever you hear this question, well, why would Moscow Police Department want to cover this crime up? Well, gee, I think it's pretty easy to answer that question. Scott Green knows the answer to this question. Hey, Scott Green, you know the answer to the question I'm asking. You of all people, Mr. Green, you know exactly what I'm talking about, Mr. Green. Yes, you do, my friend. And guess what? You sold your soul to me too, and you didn't even realize it. And my garden. You not only did you sell your soul to me, but you sold it to the garden. Hey, garden, I hope you realize this fact. You and I have a lot of souls that were just given to us. I hope you realize that, my loves. We have a lot of souls that we collected in this case. Yes, we do. And guess what? We keep collecting them. It just doesn't stop. Yeah, so that's your answer. How much money would Scott Green and the University of Idaho, and thereby the state of Idaho, how much money do you think they would have lost over, let's say, a 10-year period of time if the truth of this case actually came to light? How much money do you think would have been lost? Just take a wild guess. It's not that hard. It's not that difficult. That is the gato. Uh-huh. What are the witches telling you tonight? Anything good? Nope. I got no. We creep, yes, we do. We creep ever closer to the truth, my love. Ever closer, we creep. We creep ever closer. Yes, we do. Don't we? Yes, we do. So there's your motive. There's your motive for a cover-up. That's a very good motive, by the way, guys. Money is always a good motive, okay, to cover up things, especially when we're talking multiple millions of dollars, for sure. Look, can you imagine? Just think about this for a second. Well, of course, my garden. Of course, you can't. You can't. I'm just saying. Can you imagine, though, if it came out that sorority members, fraternity members were involved in killing four other people, 4 other students? Can you imagine what that would do to the university? It would destroy the university. It would absolutely destroy the university. Okay? Nobody is going to go to that university, ever. And again, money is a great motive to cover up things. It always was, and it always will be. Throughout eternity. Or at least since money was invented. Okay? That's a great motive. As we know. Just like killing people is a good motive, right? So, whatever. We'll see what happens. But there needs to be a trial. As we know, there needs to be a fucking trial. There needs to be a fucking trial. As we know, this is obvious. There needs to be a fucking trial. There needs to be a competent defense team. And let's go. Let's just fucking go. Let's go. No more bullshit. No more fucking around. No more fucking bullshit. Let's go. I'm tired of these fucking inbreds thinking that they can get away with this crap. I'm so tired of it. I'm so tired of people thinking that a fucking hillbilly, inbred, fucking Keystone Cop Police Department solved one of the crime of the century. I'm so tired of it. No. They covered up things, okay? Yeah. They're completely incompetent. Yeah. But you're not going to magically just solve the murder of the, crime of the century. Not these fucking chuckleheads. No. Are you kidding? No. The premise itself is dumb. Bullshit. And as we see, as more and more and more comes out, the more and more and more it becomes ridiculous. As you know, my God. As you know. As you know. Anyway, there you are. Another rant. Another day. Right? Bullshit. Bullshit. Anyway, front door's wide open. Dylan Mortensen has no response. The Hobbit has no response. Bill Thompson has no response. Brett Payne, the Bulbous Creation, has no response. Nobody has a response. Just another piece of information and evidence, eyewitness accounts, just another piece that contradicts this stupid, ridiculous story that these fucking inbreds try to think up to get themselves out of a mess. That's what happened. And whenever a piece of information that comes up that totally contradicts the narrative that they try to create, they try to do their best to just sweep it away or not make it important or whatever. That's exactly what they've done over and over and over and over in this case, as we know. To the point where evidence is destroyed, evidence is lost, right? We're throwing around Blue Star. We're dumping gallons of toxic chemicals around the house willy-nilly, thereby destroying pieces of evidence. You know, we have hair samples all over the fucking house that nobody seems to know how to analyze properly. I got blood evidence all over the house that nobody seems to know how to analyze properly. Blood, hair samples. Nobody seems to know how to analyze things properly. I got the Idaho State Police Forensic Lab. They don't know how to upload two separate profiles into CODIS. Into the CODIS system. I got inbreds at the Idaho State Police Forensics. They can't even think to themselves, gee, how do I take this separate DNA profile that I got and upload it into CODIS? Gee, let me think about it. What if I sent this other DNA sample to another laboratory? I don't know. And let them upload it into CODIS. No! Oh, no. That's too hard, guys. Way too hard to do that. Ridiculous. Have you ever heard of such a thing? Have you? Ken Maines, have you ever heard of such a thing? Now, Ken Maines knows about DNA. Hey, Ken Maines, what makes it so difficult for the Idaho State Police Forensic Laboratory to figure out how to upload a separate DNA sample or profile into the CODIS system? What makes it so difficult for these people? They're saying it's impossible. Or that if we try to do that, we're going to destroy the sample that we're trying to upload. Guys, I don't know what else to say about this. How about this? Well, gee, why don't we take the rest of our DNA profiles that we developed and give them to different laboratories to upload them into the CODIS system? No. We can't do that. That would be impossible. It's impossible, guys. It's impossible. Sure. People in denial, they will believe anything the mainstream media tells them. They will believe whatever is told to them. Well, we can't upload this DNA profile that we got because it's going to eradicate the other profile that we uploaded in the CODIS. Sure. Hey, guys, by the way, if that's how it worked, we wouldn't have any samples in CODIS. We would have no profiles in CODIS. If that's the way it worked, then we'd have nothing in CODIS. by the way. Just saying. We'd have no DNA profiles in CODIS if that's how things work. Correct me if I'm wrong. Just correct me if I'm wrong, guys. There would be no CODIS system if that's the way things worked. There wouldn't be any fucking CODIS system. Fucking inbreds. You're all inbreds. You're all fucking liars. All of you. And again, at some point, you're going to burn to fucking hell for what you try to perpetrate in this case. All of you. You're going to fucking burn. It's ridiculous. We wouldn't have a CODIS. There wouldn't be a CODIS system if that's the case. Well, gee, I can't upload a profile on a CODIS because I'm going to ruin the other profile up. Well, gee, guess what happens, guys? Based on that logic, guess what happens? We would be stuck with only one DNA profile in the entirety of CODIS. We would be staring at one profile and one profile only for the rest of our lives. Yeah. I mean, am I wrong? I mean, I can be wrong about that. But isn't that the excuse? Isn't that the excuse that Moscow Police Department, in association with the Idaho State Police and their forensic division, isn't that the excuse that they told everybody? Yes, it was, as a matter of fact. I could be wrong. Okay. Well, gee, how is it that other police departments or forensic laboratories, well, gee, they're able to upload all kinds of shit, and they can upload all kinds of things in the code. just not Idaho State Police Forensic. I don't know. That's just me. Exactly, Mantra. Thank you very much for I don't think I was wrong about that one. And again, going by that logic, you and I would be staring at one sample. You and I would be looking at one entry into the CODIS system for the rest of our goddamn forsaken lives. Going by that logic, there would be no CODIS system. What would be the point of a CODIS system? There would be no point to it. Fucking inbreds. 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 Fucking lies and fucking inbreds. Here's the reason why. The reason why, and you already know this, the reason why they tried to give that excuse was because they had profiles of the perpetrators in this case, and they deliberately chose to try to get rid of them as any way they could. And that was one of the excuses that they gave. Period. That's why. And you know it, and I know it. You know it, and I know it. That's why. I have never heard of such a thing in my life. Ever. Now, I'm not a DNA expert by any stretch. I don't claim to be a DNA. I'm not any of that. But just on the surface, and the excuse that they gave is complete bullshit. I know that. I know that much. Okay. I know that much. You know, I'm not an expert in any of this, of course, nor in the CODIS system. But I know it doesn't work like that. No. Or else you and I, again, we'd be staring at one fucking entry for the rest of our lives. Try again, Moscow. Try again, Idaho. You fucking inbred goddamn fucking liars. Anyway. Oh my God, guys, I'm so afraid to upload this other DNA profile that I developed from analyzing DNA evidence. I'm so afraid to put that into CODIS because it may wipe out the first thing I put into CODIS. Well, gee, how about I send the other profiles that I developed to other laboratories? No, I can't do that. Right? Can't do that. God forbid I can't send those profiles anywhere else. I did it with one sample. I'm sorry, I did it with one profile. I did it with one. Okay. I sent that down. I sent that down to Othram. I sent that down to Othram. I was able to do that, but I wasn't able to do that with any other fucking DNA profile that I got. Just that one. How does that work? Right? Right. Exactly. They were well aware that if we actually developed this DNA that we attained and we followed that, we would have our perpetrators. And they refused to do that because they knew that it would destroy the university, it would destroy the town, it would destroy part of the state, and there's no way we're going to do that. No way in hell are we going to do that. Okay? No way. Because $20 million, $30 million, that $40 million, whatever we're going to lose over a 10-year period, is not worth it. That's why. And it's so hard for people to understand that. It really is. But it's not. Because as you and I know, when it comes to money, money is going to be on top of everything else. Especially with a university. Something wicked this way came. I say that a lot. Something wicked this way came. So anyway, yeah, there you go. Again, it's not very hard to understand that. Listen, if I was the president of the university, listen to this. If I was the president of the University of Idaho, what do you think I would do in this situation? Do you think I would allow the truth to be brought into the light? Absolutely not. First of all, I'd be out of a job. I'd be out of a job, right? I'd be done. The university would be done. Nobody's going to send their fucking kids to the fucking university after this. Not when you got fucking psycho fucking frats and sorority girls running around, killing their roommates. Are you kidding me? No way. No fucking way. I'm not that stupid. So what is somebody like Scott Green going to do in this situation? What do you think he's going to do? What would you do? Would you cut your fucking head off on purpose? No. Of course you're not going to do that. I like self-preservation just as much as anybody else likes self-preservation. I'm not going to cut my head off. Right? Not for Dylan Mortensen. No. You think I'm going to cut my head off for Dylan Mortensen? No. And neither would you, by the way. Or The Hobbit, by the way. Or Hunter Johnson. You're not going to cut your head off for these people. And that's the choice you have to make in this case. Am I going to cut my head off for somebody like Dylan Mortensen? Yes, she's a total Yes, she's a total lunatic. Yes, she's a total lunatic. Okay? She is. She's a total loony. But am I going to cut my fucking head off for her? Nope. Very simple. But it's a dilemma. It's a dilemma that you have to answer for yourself. It's a dilemma that you have to answer for yourself. That's the bottom line. People will say, no, I want the truth. I want the truth to come out, no matter where it is, right? No, that's not how it works. Not when you're faced with your very own guillotine. You want to stick your head in a guillotine on purpose? No, you don't. And neither do I, as a matter of fact. Right, my garden? I love you. But would you stick your head in a guillotine for Dylan Mortensen? No, you wouldn't. I wouldn't. Would you? Oh, but I want the truth, Master Nature. Master Nature, I want the truth. Okay, if you want the truth, fantastic. Go stick your head in this guillotine that I made for you. Go ahead, do it. I may just throw the switch. See what happens. Capiche? I am the greatest. So here's the question of our live tonight, my friends, my loves, my lords, my lads, my dudes, my sugars, my sugar lilies, my lily mountains, my mountain lilies on the moon. Here's the question of tonight's live. Would you stick your head in a guillotine for Dylan Mortensen? Would you? Would you stick your head in a guillotine for her? I just may throw that switch. Bye-bye head. Bye-bye university. Bye-bye town. Bye-bye $50 to $100 million over 10 to 15 years. Bye-bye. Bye-bye my job. Bye-bye my credibility. Bye-bye my reputation. Bye-bye my house, my boats, my fucking summer vacations, my winter vacations, my summer home. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Would you do that for Dylan Mortensen? Would you do it? Of course you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. Not unless you're totally like fucking not like living on a different planet. You wouldn't do that. No, you wouldn't. So that's the dilemma in this case. And that has always been the dilemma in this fucking case. And we are the greatest of all time. We are. So again, listen. Is this live? Pay attention. I am the greatest. I was the greatest then, and I'm the greatest now. And don't you ever say I'm going to be defeated again. And never make me the underdog ever again. Because I will prove you wrong. Until maybe I'm about 50 years old. Then maybe you get me. How do you like them apples, cocksuckers? Yeah. So, how should we go out tonight, my loves? Tomorrow is Friday, and guess what? You're going to have a beautiful Friday. You're going to have a beautiful weekend, okay? You're going to have a wonderful weekend. You're going to have a beautiful next couple days, whatever you want. But that's what's going to happen here. So, fuck you all, people in the Nile. Fuck you all. Stay behind your wall. Moscow, I know what you did. I know what you did in this case. And you will all burn. Maybe not tomorrow. Maybe not the next day. But you will all burn for what you've done here. All of you. All of you. Anybody who touched this case willingly, you're all going to burn. All of you. Who stood and behind what you knew to be false, you're all going to burn. Yes, you will. Yes, you will. You think you got away with it. Okay. Uh-huh. Yes, you do. Scott Green thinks he got away with it. The minute they got Koberger, he breathed a sigh of fucking relief. Yes, he did. I saw him in the press conferences. I saw him there. I saw what his reactions were. I saw his laughter, and I saw his smiles. I saw Scott Green. I saw him, just like you saw him, smiling, laughing. I saw him in those press conferences. I saw him. I saw his nature, just like you saw his nature, laughing and smiling. Fuck you, Idaho. And by the way, if we had the power to annex your state to a different fucking territory, I think we should do that. You fucking corrupt cocksuckers. There you go. Now, how should we finish this thing off tonight? How should we finish it? How should we finish it? What do you think? Let me think about this. Let me think about this. This is what we're going to do. Yeah. Yes, and yes, and yes, yes. Oh, yes, indeed. Oh, yes, indeed. No doubt in my mind. No doubt in my mind. All right, my loves, I love you. Check out, I guess, the ID special. Well, I guess we'll see what that's all about. I'm guessing it's another MSM mouthpiece piece, but we'll see. But here we go, my loves. I love you. Beautiful night, beautiful weekend. Here we go, loves. Here we go. Come on now, we all know the lyrics. Come on. Britannia, home again. My friend.